Why are banks worth over $200 billion are falling? Why are people from around the world are running to their banks, forming long lines to withdraw their hard-working cash, known as bank runs? Why this is all happening? See, we cannot get mad. Don't try to get even. Take the power and become the system. Don't fight the system, be the system. Don't accept the status quo anymore. Rewrite the rules. On today's show, my friends, we're going to discuss why this is happening and how you can profit from this mess. Welcome to another episode of the Carlos Inspire Show. Let's get it started. So, why this is happening? Why did the $212 billion tech lender Silicon Valley Bank abruptly collapse? There are a lot of theories. Politicians blame one another. Banks are known, I've been talking about this since 2008, for being very bad at managing money. I will tell you guys over here the reality in a second on why this is happening. Why is that Silicon Valley firms are scrambling for stability after bank failure? Things were so bad last week that venture funds extend short-term loans amid cash crunch, while some founders, they literally plan to use their personal funds to cover payrolls to make sure their companies wouldn't go under and the employees were able to pay their rent and put food on the table. European regulators, they criticize U.S. incompetence over Silicon Valley Bank collapse, but they forget to look at their own backyard with Credit Suisse that also was in serious troubles. And the only reason why they didn't collapse is because central bank in Europe decided to intervene and lend them over 50 billion euros to save them. So as you guys can see, it's a total mess happening around the world. And I'll give you guys a secret on why this is happening. In March 15, 2020, the board reduced reserve requirement ratios to 0% effective March 26, 2020. Almost 3 years ago, this action eliminated reserve requirements for all depository institutions. You know what this means, ladies and gentlemen? That the banks, if whatever money, all of us, you, myself, my mom, your mother, all of us, the money that we put in our trusted, supposedly banks, they can take that 100% of our deposits and go play with it. It's total insanity. How do you allow, as a government, banks to take 100% out of the money, the hard-working money? Since COVID, a lot of families are struggling. I've been teaching and helping so many people on social media since COVID started it, helping them making money from home, teaching them about money and passive income and affiliate marketing, because people are being laid off, are not able to find jobs to pay what they used to get paid in the past. So imagine, did you know that? Did you know that your bank can take 100% of the money that you put in there and they can go loan that money? And if they screw up, because they're supposed to know how to, move money and manage money and make money. But apparently, you guys just learned today, and from watching this mess on social media, that they don't. It's a total mess. It's a total fiasco. And that's why it's just the beginning. Unfortunately, it's just the beginning. More banks could go under, warns Larry Fink. If you guys don't know who Larry Fink is, he happens to be a very influential investor, happens to be the chief executive officer of the world's biggest money manager in the planet, BlackRock, with over $10 trillion in assets. According to Larry, he warned that more banks could collapse, as Swiss regulators were last night forced to reassure investors that Credit Suisse was not at risk. Of course, they're going to say whatever they want to say to keep things calm. But Larry says that the recent failure of Silicon Valley Bank, Silvergate, and Signature banks in the US could be the start of a slow, rolling crisis that may see others fail. It's total collapse, and it all goes back to banks being a very low reserves. They used to be 10%. Banks, the operation of fractional reserve system that's broken. And I don't know if you guys know this, back in 2008, the government in US had to intervene and bail out all the big banks. They pretty much printed money to save them from collapsing, to make sure you and I could go to our banks and ATMs and take cash and use our cards to pay for our bills and our mortgages and put gas and food and bread in the table. So a lot of people didn't know that. So as you guys can imagine, it's time that we all wake up and we start asking questions. Everything that I talk about in my shows that I teach on social media, it's not a financial advice. It's not a legal or tax advice. Everything here is for educational purposes only. It's from my wisdom over 20 plus years traveling the world, consulting and teaching about money, sales, marketing, and many, many other subjects. But we have to start asking better questions. And today, this article went out by Bloomberg that Silicon Valley Bank Financial goes bankrupt, buying time to repay creditors. A banking unit was the biggest to enter FDIC receivership since 2008. Prominent VC firms advise portfolio companies to pull cash. So more massive bank runs are happening. There are lines formed in many places around the world with people, they don't trust the banks anymore. But think about it. If you're not able to withdraw money from your bank right now, today's the 17th. Mortgages, if you don't have a mortgage, if you're a rent on the 1st, it's gonna be due. What happens if you're not able to pay? Even if you have an auto pay, what happens if your creditors, you're not able to withdraw the money from your bank? What is the backup plan? Do you have a backup bank? Are you only relying on centralized, corrupted banks? Because there is also decentralized banks out there. And I don't know if you're aware of this. Decentralized finance, which is peer-to-peer, it doesn't involve, it's not a bank, it doesn't have a CEO. It's peer-to-peer transactions. You control 100% of your money. Nobody's taking that money to misappropriate. So we must to have a serious conversation around the kitchen table with our kids, our loved ones, our neighbors, our communities, to really start learning what else is out there. I know a lot of people, they are afraid when they hear words like blockchain or decentralization, peer-to-peer, not involving the tradition. But apparently, the crap that's been dumbing us down for so long is not working. We must all start looking for alternatives. People are now withdraw their money from the banks. They are moving money towards commodities, silver, gold, Bitcoin, Forex, many other sectors, because they are afraid. As if you look at the cryptocurrency market, it's been going, it's on a green spree this past couple of days. People are moving their money to Bitcoin because they feel like Bitcoin is a much better reserve of money. Because if the entire planet all moves into Bitcoin, we all control it. It's peer-to-peer. It's decentralized. It's no governments, no banks, but they don't want that. But this is just something to think about, right? And if you guys, one of my favorite places in US to purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum, I like to diversify, right? Not a financial advice, but I like to have multiple banks and centralized and decentralized. If you go to the link below on this video, I really like Coinbase. It's a public traded company in US. You can, they give you a little Visa card that you can apply for. It's another way to diversify. So you can buy Bitcoin and Ethereum there. And if you needed access, you can move that Bitcoin, that Ethereum, sell it, put it into that Visa card. So you have another alternative to the crazy system. Another crypto exchange that I like is KuCoin. For some of the rebels out there that want to buy XRP, if you think that they're going to win the case against the system, you'll be able to buy XRP at KuCoin. There's also a link below this video that can take you there. No KYC required with KuCoin. I'm also a big fan of decentralized wallets, which you can have in your browser, on your cell phone. You can download an app, a decentralized wallet like MetaMask. It's doesn't have a physical location, doesn't have a CEO. It's from user to user. You need to pay somebody, you can make a payment within seconds, zero to no fees. There's a lot of other things out there, my friends, that we need to educate ourselves. If you guys want to get access to some of these links as well, follow me on Instagram. I'm constantly putting educational videos, motivational videos. My mission in life is to make wealth and wisdom to go viral. So it doesn't have to happen to children, young adults, what happened to some of my friends when I grew up in Brazil. I'm half Brazilian, half American. I'm in Silicon Valley for more than 20 years. I grew up in Brazil. I come out of poverty. My father died in a car explosion. I was a baby, 3 months old. My stepfather was murdered. I was in LA last week. I was invited to speak at a few Oscar events. And then whenever I'm talking to celebrities and I hear them whining or complaining, I tell them, don't make me call my mama. It's not a bad day. It's a building character day. It's all about perspective. It's about educating ourselves. Don't ever try to live a life above and beyond what you can afford. We live in very, very crazy days. We must come together and help one another, collaborate. If you know something, share with others, help others, empower others. If you have the time, if you have the money, help others less fortunate than you. Learn other things that are happening out there. I love silver. I'm a big commodity. I love to diversify there. Again, not a financial advice, but there is a link also below this video that you can also tap into. One of my favorite affiliate silver places to purchase silver at a very good rates and stash it, because in my humble opinion, I think it's going to go up, not a financial advice. With this particular company, Quicksilver, you have the ability to adjust the quantities that you want to buy. You can even leverage the system to acquire coins essentially free so that you can help others. Also diversify into silvers, because if the banks collapse, people are going to need money, right? If you have a few coins at hand, you'll be able to buy food and pay for your gas. So I'm a big, big proponent of commodities. I love learning about new affiliate programs out there. I've been studying and an affiliate partner to the GS Partners program for the last 2+ years. They're doing incredible things as well. A link below as well under my video that you guys can learn about this new digital era that is here. They have a gaming rewards model that is incredible. They are pretty much building the next Amazon. Imagine as Amazon 3.0, where you can go and play gaming, whether you win or you lose. We have a lot of seniors coming in that they still earn passive income rewards. Whether they win or lose, they didn't want to affect their pressure. A lot of powerful things that are happening there. A link also below my video that you can sign up for a free account and explore how incredible they have done and what they have built in this past couple of years. There are things out there that the wealthiest family, the 13 wealthiest families in the planet, are doing that they don't want you to know. They control 90% of the world's wealth. And they've been making more money since 1929, Great Depression, 2001, 2008, recession, 2019, COVID, and now this fiasco with banks collapsing. How come they keep making more and more money as everyday civilian, hard work American and civilians around the world keep losing it? And that's why I'm a big proponent of educating myself and educating others around the world, and never taking anybody to a place that I haven't been before. So definitely, my friends, I appreciate you guys being loyal listeners to the show. Share with others. People need to understand. They need to learn. We need to start being smart about diversifying not only our investments, but also who we're banking with. Understanding the difference between centralized and decentralized banking. Taking advantage of all this new digital era that is here within blockchain, metaverse, Web3, so that we can all make more money and earn passive income rewards on a weekly basis that people are taking advantage to pay their bills, put food on the table, and make an impact helping others in need around the world. Without none of this BS that we've seen over social media, people selling courses and masterminds and programs to teach people information that I teach on my Instagram, on my TikTok for free. things that people pay $25,000 to $100,000 a year to join secret clubs, mastermind clubs, underground clubs. And I teach those things for free. Follow me there at Carlos Inspire, and Instagram, and TikTok. And let's all work together to leave this world a little bit better than what we came into. And if you click on the link underneath my Carlos Inspire on Instagram or on TikTok, the Linktree link, that's going to take you to all the things that we discussed on today's show. We'll talk about the gaming platform, the blockchain, new era that is here. We'll talk about if you don't have Coinbase, I highly recommend the Coinbase for Americans. KuCoin, if you want to buy some XRP with no KIC required. I'm on a little challenge right now to drop some weight. A little bet that my daughter and I have to lose another 50 pounds. I lost 70 pounds last year, and now I'm on a mission to lose another 50. Also, the silver challenge to unlock the 4 secrets to the wealth life. I'm a firm believer that silver is super undervalued, not a financial device. So many, many more things. And I do appreciate everybody here that took the time to listen to this show. I appreciate you for sharing with others. I leave you guys with a quote that my grandma, rest in peace, always told me after we were abused or beaten by my drunken grandfather, where sometimes we had to push furniture to close the door. And I was just a little kid, and I would be crying, sleeping underneath her. She would sleep in a hammock. And she would say, son, it's melhor sorrir do que chorar. It's better to laugh instead of crying. Vá para a lua que você vai chegar nas estrelas. Shoot for the moon that you will land among the stars. My great friend, Les Brown. Know that life is all about the mission, never the commission. Everything in life is about our contribution, never acquisition. We come here with nothing, we leave without nothing. We're not going to take none of our material stuff. Don't become too attached to those things. All we're going to take is our character. How much more are we donating above and beyond the tax bracket? How much more are we doing that we are not posting on social media when it's between us and God or whatever you believe? And whenever you feel down, stressed, pissed off at your spouse, or feel like quitting, or jumping a bridge, or pulling that trigger, I want you to know that a little boy that was 7 years old was able to beat unbelievable odds to leave the streets. A little boy that sold bread on the streets, making 50 cents a day for 10 plus years, that was abused and tortured, that saw other kids die and be murdered. Know that the days that breaks us are truly the days that makes us. God bless you.